So spring is here, and spring means spring cleaning. And I was thinking about not just spring cleaning your home, but also spring cleaning your spirit. And I know that sounds stupid, and I know that sounds preachy, but unfortunately that's the only good words I have, so believe in a spirit or not, but spring cleaning yourself. Spring cleaning your emotions. Basically, I started thinking about it because I went to a college seminar where I saw a bunch of people who were representing their groups. I'm not going to really go into what the seminar was about, but they were a bunch of people representing their groups. We've always been taught that these groups could never get along. At least that's what we've been taught. When I was a kid, I wanted to see this happen in the world. I wanted to see them get along. I wanted to see people just be able to get along despite their groups, despite whatnots. I saw that happen at this seminar, and I was thrilled. I was so thrilled to see this because I had been raised and nurtured to believe that we can lovingly hate people and be good people. We don't agree with them, we hate them, we judge them, but it's okay because so long as you do it in a very specific loving way, it's okay. That's kind of what I had been brought up around. That was the group that I was in. We lovingly hated people. I got out of that group, I became a teenager, I started recognizing that that's not the type of person I wanted to be. I didn't want hate in my life, period. I don't want to be a hateful person. And so as a kid, I was like, well, I think that people can get along. I was laughed at for it. I was told that my child eyes and my child views were wrong. The adult eyes and the adult views had been hurt so much by trying to like people that they told me it just can't happen. And then going to the seminar and they're doing the same thing. They're all agreeing. And they're all getting along, despite their differences. We were waiting for a fight. Like, the whole room for a while was so quiet, because we were all just waiting for a fight. That's what we've been raised to believe will happen. It never happened. They never fought. They all got along. They all were agreeing. Even though they brought up questions that were so harsh. Very harsh questions, like the questionnaire guy, he was not holding back. And yet, individually they spoke about what their views are on those situations. And they all agreed and got along, and not a single fight happened. And I was like, that is what my child self wanted to see. That's what I knew could happen. So where does this get into spring cleaning? Well, honestly, to get to that point, you do have to spring clean yourself. Emotions tell us that we should fight back. If somebody says something that gets under our skin and upsets us, we should immediately fight back. One woman that I heard speak, wonderful woman, not at the seminar, but somewhere else, very great speaker, I absolutely love her. She spoke about throwing stones. That was her metaphor. Whenever somebody hates you, they want to hate you, and they're gonna find a reason to hate you. And if you give them a reason to hate, they're gonna latch onto that, and they're gonna constantly point it out. They're gonna be like, well, remember that one time you did that wrong thing? So it's like throwing a stone, and if you throw another stone back, they're like, oh, well, you hit me. You threw a stone at me. I'm gonna remind everybody of this. This was what you hit me with. Yes, it hurts like fucking hell and you really want to be angry, but instead what are you going to do? You're gonna build a wall. At least that's what this woman said, and I truly, really loved it. You're gonna start building a wall. Every stone that they throw, you're just gonna start building a wall. Now you're stronger, now you're defended. But you never once gave them a reason to hate you more. You might even change their perception of you. Of, wow, okay, they didn't hit me. Maybe they're not as terrible as I thought they were. I loved that metaphor. And it brought up just, getting rid of that, blocking out the hate and the negativity. Just blocking it out rather than constantly letting it in and needing to fester in it and letting it get to us. Instead, building up a wall and saying, I don't want to see it. Yes, it's out there. And yes, it should be dealt with. But it should be dealt with appropriately and not by casting another stone and harming that person as well. But maturely. And so then at the seminar, that's what all of them were doing. They were representing their groups that don't like each other, and yet they all were getting along and agreeing because on individual bases, we all have the same core values. What are our core values? We want to live. We need our basic needs met. We just want to live as people. We're all trying to figure out why we're even here. What is our point? What is our purpose? And if we can get on an individual basis with people, we start realizing that we're all pretty much the same. When I was a teenager, I decided to pull the wool from my eyes. I started learning that what I was being nurtured to believe was wrong. It hurt, and I had to walk alone. When I walked away, I walked very alone. And now I have built up all these individuals whom I have grown to love and respect. The same people who are labeled in a way that I used to lovingly hate. but I took them as individuals. I do that with everybody that I meet. I take you at an individual pace. I just want to get to know the person underneath all the labels. And that takes a lot of just spiritual growth and spiritual cleaning, because emotionally we are very hurt people. The seminar just fascinated me because it was exactly what my childhood self had wanted to see. And it's only because, and I truly believe this, it's because this generation is the first to do something that nobody else has done. We're able to contact people from all walks of life within minutes, thanks to the internet. This generation is the first to realize that there's been a lot of hate for no reason, brought on to people that we now can communicate with instantly over the internet. People whom it would have taken forever to have communicated with just a few short years ago. Honestly, not even 100 years ago. And this generation is so lucky and is going to be life changers, world changers. I'm so happy that these turns of events have happened. It's scary and it's fascinating and it's also very beautiful and good. Because we're going to see changes that we never thought would happen. We already have, tons of them. There's so many people who are having the wool pulled from their eyes and they're saying that no, the past is in the past. You're in the present. And yes, my forefathers, or however you want to say, my ancestors, may have thought that your grandpa was some wrong person or whatnot, and you thought my grandpa was a wrong person, but I see you as you. And we get along. We have the same core values. We're individuals, we're people, we're human. We're all human. I love this. This is the world I wanted to see. People who can get along because they all recognize that we're all human. So spiritually cleaning, being the stronger person, it's not easy. It sucks. But letting go of the hate, filling your life with more positive energy, positive thoughts, positive views of people, and letting go of the negative people no matter how much it hurts. Trust me, I know, letting go of some people absolutely sucks, but you can do it in a healthy manner and don't give them a reason to hate you. Letting toxic people go doesn't mean you yell at them and become toxic with them. Instead, it means that you purify yourself and you leave them in their toxic mess, but you never harm them. You never yell at them. You can try to change and persuade their opinion, but don't harm them or give them reason to now hate you. Hate what you stand for, because you want to just stand for good and what's right in this world. Don't give them a reason to hate that. Mentally maturing, spiritually maturing, emotionally maturing are all things that go into this, and that's something that I do yearly. I let go of my grudges because I'm a Pisces. I empathize. I hold a lot of grudges because I hurt for not only the pain that's brought into me, but the pain brought on people that I love and care about. I empathize for the world. Sometimes stuff happens all around the world that just hurts, and I empathize with it, and I have to just cleanse myself of that. Take the love that has been gained through it. I live in Oklahoma. We're celebrating the 20th anniversary of a bombing, a very big, awful bombing that happened 20 years ago. And what we take out of it is the strength of the community and the people that came together in that moment of tragedy. That's what it's all about. Yes, we can be angry, yes, we can hate the one who did it, or we can choose to be better than that and find the good in the situation and build ourselves up and stronger, and we all can be bigger, better people than just exacting revenge and holding hate in our hearts. We can be better than that, and we can choose to let that hate go and feel freer and also get more done by choosing love over hate and not even loving hate, but literally just choosing love. It hurts. It does hurt so much, but it does create rather than destroy. I'm gonna leave it at this. Something that I came up with as a teenager that I tell myself every day. So long as you're not hurting yourself or others, then you're exactly where you need to be right now. You're doing everything right in life. You can actually move forward by doing that. So long as today you didn't harm yourself or another person, you did today correctly. And you can only move forward in that respect.